And what this force, this manipulative force has done, I would say, is in effect firewall off through genetic manipulation and the way that they are projecting information fields at us to decode into this reality, the matrix. They have firewalled off much of the wider reality. So we're actually living in a small bubble within the greater reality of this, what we call this universe. And thus, we have a completely distorted view of history, because what we call history, human history, is merely that which is unfolded within this fake construct.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Beyond this fake construct, all along have been these entities with advanced technological knowledge all along. When humans were knocking rocks together, these entities had these computer systems and this high technology that is now coming on stream. But it was no good feeding it in when people were knocking rocks together, because they wouldn't know what to do with it. And as we have moved through this sequence that we call time, illusory, they're now at a point, and they've been planning it for a long time, because my feeling is they knew this vibrational change was coming for a long time. Because I don't see this vibrational change, the truth vibrations, as part of a, if you like, ongoing natural cycle. I see this as an absolute operation to bring this to an end. This is why they're introducing these energies to break up this construct. Well, you see, my feeling all along, from that which contacted me 22 years ago, is that there is a multi-dimensional effort to bring this to an end. But you see, people have said to me over the years, Henrik, when's the cavalry coming? Well, yeah. my reply has always been, the cavalry's here. It's sharing the same space, again, space illusion, that we are experiencing. But if the cavalry came here, it wouldn't be the cavalry. It would be you and me. So therefore, we have to expand our awareness so we meet the cavalry somewhere out there, so the cavalry can start to influence reality through us. Yeah. But also, as we come down the see, I think in the end, in the prime force behind what's happening is pure consciousness. But it comes down the various realities and dimensions through benevolent extraterrestrial forces and interdimensional forces, comes right down into the human experience to work through people who are open enough to connect with it. So it's a real multidimensional effort, because it's my feeling that this matrix is multidimensional. It's not too far out from here, but it does go beyond what we call the physical. And it seems to me that it's so important for people at the point of what we call death to understand at least the basis of how it all works, to get out of here. I mean, you know, might be a unique opinion, I don't know, but I just want to explain what I mean by that.
Sure, go ahead.
What it seems to me is that we have mind-body, which is the holographic body that we see, and the energy fields that interpenetrate it, which I call mind. And so I call it the body-mind computer, or body-mind. And it's all about point of attention. Our point of attention when we are in the program and of the program is body-mind. Now, when the body, the hologram, ceases to operate at what we call death, it's like the computer won't work anymore, then in most people, their point of attention moves from body-mind into purely mind. But mind is still in the realms of the program. You can't see it like the holographic realm with invisible light, etc., but it's still within the program, which I say as other levels other than just the conscious mind physical. And if you stay there, if your point of attention moves only from body-mind into purely mind, you're still in the matrix. You're just in another level of it. And it's my view, controversial as it may be, I don't know, that this whole perception of reincarnation is actually the movement of our attention from mind into body mind and back into mind, but we're still in the matrix. And when they, in the East, they talk about the need to go through endless experiences on Earth until you work your way through to not having to incarnate anymore. I say what those experiences are doing are actually leading you to the point where you suss the bloody game. And at that point, your point of attention at what we call death moves from body mind through mind into consciousness, and you're out of here. And I've watched a lot of psychic television programs for a while as part of my research, because I was interested in just what they were getting. And I watched loads of them, and the best of them were clearly getting something, because what they were saying was so blowing away the relatives left behind that only they would know. How could this man or this person know this? But what was being communicated was never, hey, it's all an illusion. Don't take it seriously. It was, oh, you know that job? Well, you take it. It'll be good for you. And I saw one a psychic who was doing a one-to-one reading on television for this Muslim young fella. And he said, I've got your father. And he told him a few things, and he said, my goodness me, that is my father. And then he said, your father's there. It blew me away. Your father's saying, don't neglect your religion. And I'm thinking, where's his father then? He can't be more than a micro frequency away.
Right.
What's going on? and then when you get the real great psychics that you never get on television, and the great channelers, and there's compared with the people claiming to be channelers, there's very few of the great ones. They access levels of reality that actually give you some profound information. So it's there are other levels of this matrix which entrap mind, so that mind then incarnates back into the physical body mind, and the whole cycle goes on. It was funny when I was in the Brazilian rainforest, Henrik, in 2003, and I took this potion ayahuasca, and I had 2 fantastic nights. A lot of people have a bad experience. I had 2 fantastic nights.
That's great.
In which, on the second night, this female voice, as loud as mine is now, talked to me when I was in another state of awareness for 5 hours about the illusory nature of reality. And there was an interesting point in relation to what I've just been talking about, because at one point I was shown this picture, very vivid, of a field and a path going over the field. And then people started dropping out of the air onto the path, more and more of them. And as they walked across the path, there were so many, they were wearing it away. And it was going down. And then it morphed into a record groove. And all these people are walking along in the darkness on the bottom of this record groove. And then this female voice said to me, is it any surprise that humans look up for heaven when it's the only place they can see light? And the implication that followed was that humans drop into the program so powerfully and so quickly, not only because of the programming that they are put through from womb to tomb, shall we say,
right,
but because they're already pre-programmed from previous experiences in the program, that program just gets triggered and off they go again. And the feeling I strongly get over the years is that while, free will kind of plays out, that there came a point in this whole hijack deal where humans became so programmed, so stuck in the depth of that symbolic record group, that external intervention was necessary because it was not going to go anywhere but get more dense and more extreme in its control. And this is why I say, for me, what I call the truth vibrations are not part of a yuga cycle or all these other cycles they talk about. It is actually an energetic intervention to break up the density that we have been enslaved in, and not only in the conscious mind realm either, but also in these other levels that are within the matrix and entrap mind within the matrix. So it can only go so far and no further, and it's still almost magnetically, when it's still in the matrix in a state of mind, it's still magnetically being pulled to come back into this reality.